Hey guys, Will from Project BRZ here. Finally getting around to doing this engine bay tour for you guys. I know it's been ages and ages and ages since I put the video up, and probably half of you thought that the engine blew up or something like that, but I assure you it didn't. Everything is absolutely fine with the car, everything's running perfectly, and I've just been flat out with looking after the baby and everything, so sorry about that, but anyway, here it is. So first of all, we'll have a look at the intercooler, and you can see there it fits really nicely behind the front bar. Looks really purposeful in there without being too over the top. Come back a little bit so you can have a better look. Yeah, so really happy with the way that's come up, and these little brackets that are on the side here, I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, that little bracket there is what it is mounted onto the crash beam with. Now there's no drilling or cutting at all required with this kit, which was one of the big selling points for me. That's one thing that I was really happy about. So those brackets just slot straight into an existing hole on the crash beam, and that's that. So that's the intercooler, and we'll go up to the engine bay. There it is. So Supercharger's mounted on a billet aluminium bracket here, which is painted black, and I'm not sure if it's painted or anodized. I think it's painted, I'm not sure. Anyway, so there's that Kraftwerks bracket there, and you can see the C30 Black Edition Kraftwerks Supercharger there. Now you'll notice, looking at the bracket here, that the cutaway, the CNC machining on the block of aluminium is actually a little bit wider than the Supercharger there. Now the reason for that is you can actually choose whether you want to have a Kraftwerks C30 or a C38 blower on this kit, and the only difference is the pulley size and the actual supercharger unit itself. The rest of the kit stays the same. So that means if you were to go and rebuild your engine later on with forged internals and want to run more boost, you can easily upgrade your kit. All you got to do is buy this part and you're good to go. So that's a huge bonus with this kit as well, the fact that it's upgradable to a bigger supercharger. So you can see this silicon piping that runs down through the front down here, and blow off valve here. This is actually a Turbo Smart compact 25mm blow off valve that I've put on there. Just thought I'd give it a go, see how it compared to the Kraftwerks one. Haven't really got any data on it yet, so but I'll update you on that a bit later on. Now the vacuum line for the blow off valve is just there, and I've run that up the back here across. Really careful not to pinch it with these zip ties, and across to the back, where you can see it is teed in to the PCV line. See if we can get the focus just there. So now the PCV valve is sitting, you probably can't really see it, but it's sitting just down there. Now while I'm here, actually, the kit does come with a check valve. There's been a few guys that have reported that the boost leaks into it through the PCV valve backwards. Now Kraftwerks, I actually spoke to Kraftwerks directly about it, and they said, look, there's no need to put the check valve in unless you're running a catch can. Obviously you don't want to be blowing air back through your catch can, but if there's no catch can, there's no need to put in the check valve. The PCV valve does leak at 7 pounds upwards, but it's a constant amount of air that it leaks, and they likened it to a pinprick in the side of a swimming pool. That's how much it leaks. It doesn't increase how much it leaks the more boost you put through, so it's really nothing to worry about. So yeah, no need to put a check valve in at all. That's all fine. Now you can see here the piping's really nice. I'm really happy with the way that looks. I just love the way the kit, it fits like an OEM upgrade. Like, it really didn't require any modifications. Everything just worked straight out. There's the oil reservoir there, which is for the supercharger. Now it's important, the mounting of this is a little bit interesting. There's a couple of ways you can do it. On USA cars, there's a mounting hole just up there, you can see, but the clutch master cylinder gets in the way. On this car you can see the hole just there underneath the clutch master cylinder. Can't get to it on this car, so it makes it a little bit more tricky. So we mounted it on the front here. The bracket's lined up without any modification, but the important thing is that this banjo bolt here needs to be above this one. If you mount it too low, then gravity is no longer your friend, and the oil doesn't circulate the system properly. So if you look at the Rotrex manual, it actually specifically says make sure that that is mounted higher than that. So oil goes in. Well, okay, we'll start from the beginning. So oil comes out at the bottom of the reservoir, runs down to a cooler, which you can't see. It sits behind the intercooler there, and then it comes back up through this filter. That funny thing there's a filter. Goes in to the supercharger, does its thing in the supercharger, back out, runs through the front of the car, around and back up to here. So it's a closed loop system. It's not running through the engine at all in any other way. So the oil that's in it is just for the supercharger. Now it is obviously important to keep an eye on the level with that as well. Now the mounting bracket mounts on to the AC compressor, you can see here. There's another bracket just there which mounts in as well, and there's a couple more. I probably can't really see them here, but yeah, there's another couple of brackets as well that are down in there. You can see one on the front of that pulley just there. Now it's a tooth belt, which means it does make quite a bit of noise, and I'll start it up for you in just a moment so you can hear what it sounds like when it's running. No alignment issues at all with the belt. Everything was really nice and square. You can see just down there the crank pulley, there it is. So your main serpentine belt runs separately from the supercharger belt, which is a big plus. Means if something goes wrong with the system, then you can just take the supercharger belt off and keep driving it, which is great. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Installation was really straightforward. There was no big issues with it at all. Oh, the other thing is also this part here, sandwich plate for the Kraftwerks oil cooler that I'm running, which isn't part of the standard kit. So that just runs down, and again it sits, you can't see it, it sits behind the pretty intercooler there. So that's what the engine bay looks like. And so I guess the next thing to do is to start it up for you so you can hear what it sounds like. So you can hear it is quite loud. You definitely can tell that there's something different about the car there. It doesn't get louder with RPM though. It doesn't really start to scream or anything. So as your RPMs increase, it's not. You can hear, yeah. And there's a bit of flutter when you lift off with the plumb back valve. You could tune that out with an atmospheric or a dual port blow-off valve, of course. But the throttle response is really good with this valve, so I don't really want to change it. So come back around the front and just show you what it all looks like running. Give it a bit of a rev as well. So you can see the supercharger belt's nicely aligned, it's not rattling around at all. So yeah, so that's pretty much that. So hopefully you found the video useful. The next video I'll be, well, before I do another video, I'm going to be taking the car down to get engineer certified and emissions passed and all that kind of thing. So once that's done, I'll be able to take you for a proper drive around. It's just the area that I live is far too risky to be driving around without the car certified. It's just not worth the risk. So sorry for the delay and all the in getting up a nice drive video for you, but I assure you it does drive well. And I will get that up for you as soon as I possibly can. So hopefully this video has been handy for you, and it's taught you a thing or two about the Kraftwerks kit and the way it looks. And obviously, as always, if the video has been useful, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.